What is up, Ada Nation? Welcome to Dapp Central. My name is Fareed. As a part of today's video, and just like always, we're going to be jumping into all of the latest news updates going on in Cardano. Now, first things first, I do want to briefly touch on the World Mobile team, which has officially released a partnership announcement with a relatively large data and telecoms provider within the region of Africa. Now, this particular partner did assist them in the actual launch of the first ever aerostat in Mozambique, and they're going to be on a basis moving forward, continuing to work with the World Mobile team. So I want to highlight exactly who this partner is and exactly what we can expect from this brand new partnership. Now, following that, we do have a pretty cool update coming in from the WingRiders team, which is going to be an AMM style DEX on Cardano. They've now released updates for their portfolio page. After that, I want to jump into some news surrounding the cornucopias game. Now, in my previous Cardano scoop, I talked about the fact that they were going to be releasing or having an NFT sale for their nodes. Now, the cornucopias nodes allow for you to distribute portions of the actual game, which is 17 gigabytes, not megabytes, which I wrongly stated in my prior updates, in order to earn some of the COPI token, while also providing a quick and seamless user experience to anybody who's actually utilizing files from your particular node. Now, I want to jump into the actual sale, how things have been performing, and exactly how you can also go ahead and join in on this action. Now, following that, I want to talk about Cerra, and they're going to be a revenue sharing protocol providing, I believe it's 3 separate products. So I want to highlight the fact that they will be launching on the Mainnet on December 22nd, and then exactly what assets can be supported from the Cardano community. Last but not least, I do want to talk about an upcoming protocol, which I believe will be launched in collaboration with the Spectrum Finance DEX. Now, this is going to be labeled as Splash. So I want to highlight everything that we know about this protocol right now, and then exactly when we can expect for it to go live on the main net. Now, if it's your first time stopping by Dapp Central, my goal is to provide you in the Cardano and crypto community with all of the latest news when it comes to everything going on in this thriving ecosystem. If you'd like to support me on my mission to educate the broader Cardano and crypto community, consider delegating with the official Dapp Central stake pool, which is stake pool ticker DAPP. Alternatively, you can hit that like button. It really does make a difference here. If you do want more of this content, consider subscribing. And last but not least, if you have any questions surrounding anything we're chatting about today, then make sure to go ahead and leave a comment down below. I did state this before, but if you are delegating to the stake pool between epochs number 451 all the way to 493, you will also be eligible, on top of your traditional ADA rewards, be able to earn the Matera governance token, which is the token for the decentralized index protocol, hopefully launching within either Q1 or Q2 of 2023. Jumping into the very first update that I want to chat to you guys about as a part of today's video, that is going to be surrounding the World Mobile project. Now, about 2 weeks ago, we just had the World Mobile behind the scenes event, which was a 45-minute live stream exclusive to World Mobile community members. As a part of this stream, we heard from Mickey Watkins, Alan Omnet, Gregory Gottlieb, we heard from Mike, we heard from Hannah, and just everybody who's contributed to this entire effort from beginning to end. Now, following that, the team did also have a Q&A session. And as of now, we're finally figuring out who the team has actually partnered with in order to all make this possible. So as a part of today, we have an announcement stating, in case you missed it, today we announce our collaboration with Vodacom. They do have a fully listed article, or fully written article that breaks everything down about this particular partnership. So I want to just quickly highlight this, just a couple of sentences here, and then we're going to move into the next piece of news surrounding World Mobile. So World Mobile, a pioneer in leveraging innovative technology for bridging connectivity gaps, has announced the commencement of a trailblazing aerostat trial in Mozambique in collaboration with Vodacom Mozambique. So it looks like Vodacom is going to be a pretty big data or telecom provider within the South Africa region. And it looks like they've been working alongside World Mobile in order to get the first ever aerostat up in the air in the continent of Africa. Now, this is in terms of what Mickey Watkins has to say. So in this collaborative effort, Vodacom Mozambique has played a pivotal role by sharing spectrum and other vital resources. Quote unquote, Vodacom's involvement in this trial is a testament to their commitment to innovation and their support in connecting the unconnected. They've been forward-thinking in their approach, recognizing the potential of new technologies, or the fact that new technologies have or make a real difference. If I scroll down, we do get a piece of information or a quick blurb here from the Vodacom CEO, who's going to be Simon Kari, in which he states our support for World Mobile's Aerostat trial underscores our dedication to exploring new avenues for connectivity, and it's all about creating real change for people who need it the most. Now, the trial started back in November and will run for a predetermined period to assess the efficacy and sustainability of the Aerostat technology in real world scenarios. So it looks like this potential partnership is still in the works. Again, they're trying to see exactly how both parties can benefit. And I sat down with Mickey Watkins not too long ago in Dubai, and that was one of the key things that he mentioned, right? In any partnership, both sides have to get some sort of value, also while providing value to the other party. You don't want to have a one-sided partnership where one party feels like they're giving up a lot, whereas the other party is only receiving, therefore really making it uneven. And so really cool to see that, again, the World Mobile team is not doing this on their own, but they're really tapping into players that already have infrastructure and reputation on the ground in some of the areas they're looking to launch their aerostats in. What's interesting for me is going to be moving forward, seeing, right, if World Mobile is able to utilize any of the existing infrastructure that the Vodacom team already has in place, again, within their huge reach, right, within the country, or the continent, I should say, of Africa. Moving things along here, we do have the World Mobile team continuing to expand their buyback program with an additional 25,000 of the WMT tokens being purchased. Right now, that sits at just about $4,000 to $5,000 US being put back into the Earth node operators' hands, as well as World Mobile token stakers' hands. Right below that, we have over 533,000 in terms of the total buyback balance, which is now breaking over $100,000, which has now been invested into this program. That will do it there for updates surrounding World Mobile. I do want to quickly highlight, though, before I move along, that every other week I do have a live stream with myself. We've got Clover Nodes and Rob from the Trek Pool breaking down all of the highlights surrounding World Mobile. We did not have the live stream about a week and a half ago. I was on travel. Now that I am back, though, we will be streaming this coming Saturday. So that is going to be on December 23rd. And we'll be shooting at right at about, 6 o'clock p.m. UTC. So make sure to go ahead and tune in for that live stream if you guys are part of the World Mobile community, or if you guys just want to find out more about what they've got going on. We've had tons of information coming out, not just about what's been going on in Mozambique. We've also had tons of information about their expansion in Pakistan, as well as the rollout within the United States. So we're going to be touching on all of that and more this coming Saturday. Again, make sure to tune in if you guys are interested in hearing more about World Mobile. Jumping into the next piece of news here, I do want to quickly touch on the WingRiders DEX. So WingRiders was, I believe, the third or potentially the fourth DEX to launch on Cardano back in early of 2022 or 2023, I should say. And what we've seen then, or what we've seen since then, has been a ton of updates. One of the biggest and one of the ones that they kind of led first was their launch of the staple swaps. We're also seeing staple swaps now coming into MinSwap, I believe through the utilization of something like Icon, but that has yet to actually come live. It is live right now on the WingRiders DEX. So if you guys are not aware, you can quickly go ahead and swap for different types of stable coins, minimizing your price impact and slippage through their platform. Now, we're also expecting, I believe, what is going to be the WingRiders Pro, which is going to basically be a new platform allowing you to get access to additional features or more in-depth features. Now, just like with any sort of premium platform, I do believe that there will be some sort of monthly or recurring charge, but this hasn't actually been released just yet. This is just on the roadmap, and the team continues to work on this. Now, that said, as a part of today's video, I want to quickly highlight the fact that they've now released a brand new portfolio page. So this is interesting because we did also see the Sunday Swap team release something very similar to this in the past. Now, we don't actually have something like MinSwap doing this just yet, but I believe that as a part of MinSwap V2, right, which will also include MinSwap Pro, that we can also expect to see some sort of portfolio page. Now, what's really good about the portfolio page is that it allows for you to quickly and at a glance, right, see exactly what is contained within your wallet, but then also how is your assets, or how have your Cardano native tokens actually been performing over the past couple of months, if not years. So it states here, With the new overview, you can now keep track of the following. Number one is going to be your wallet assets and token trends. Again, seeing exactly how well your assets are performing within the Cardano ecosystem. Number two, a detailed farming tracking and gains overview. So if you're utilizing any of the liquidity pools, or if you're providing liquidity into any of the liquidity pools within the WingRiders platform, you'll be able to quickly see exactly how well they're performing and exactly how much you've gained utilizing your LP. Now moving over, we've also got detailed data about your liquidity positions, and then we've also got profit and loss on your provided liquidity. So pretty cool feature coming in here from the WingRiders platform. Before we saw this, we did also see them launch the WRLP, or the WingRiders Launchpad, which is basically a way for projects to, in a decentralized and permissionless way, go ahead and actually launch their token out into the Cardano community. I believe we saw the OrcFax platform be the first project to launch utilizing the WRLP, followed by the Plutus.art platform, and then most recently the Cerra.io platform. So interesting updates coming in there from the WingRiders platform or from the WingRiders Dex. And if you guys want to find out more about it, you can head over to app.wingriders.com/portfolio. All right, that will do it there for that particular update. As always, if you guys do enjoy these types of updates, I would appreciate you if you could tap that like button. Not only does it help to get this content out to other members within the growing Cardano community, it also lets YouTube algorithm know that I'm doing a good job. Again, I definitely do appreciate that. If you want more content like this, consider subscribing to Dapp Central. And last but not least, if you have any questions for me about anything we're chatting about today, then make sure to go ahead and leave a comment down below. Jumping into this next piece of news, I want to quickly talk to you guys about the cornucopias game. So in my last Cardano scoop update, I mentioned the COPI file node access key, or the sale for the COPI file nodes. So in a nutshell, this basically is going to be simplifying how quickly users can download the game. Right now, it's about 17 gigabytes, not megabytes, of data, and it takes about 30 to 45 minutes to download. With a file node server running, which the team did give us a demo of, we can actually reduce the time to download those 17 gigs all the way down to about 3 to 4 minutes. Now, they don't want to actually have the Cornucopias team having access to all of the file node servers or having to manage all the file nodes. So what they're doing is distributing 10,000 of these file nodes, or file node NFTs that give you the right to own a file node server, to the Cardano community, with an additional 10,000 going out into the Ethereum or EVM compatible community. What's interesting is that the Cornucopias team does now appear to be spreading their wings outside of Cardano, with a recent listing on Uniswap, arguably the largest DEX right now on Ethereum in terms of decentralization, but then they've also got listed on Gate.io very recently as well. So this team is really, again, expanding and broadening their reach outside of Cardano, and with the narratives around gaming finally starting to heat up, I definitely think that this team could be poised for a ton of gains in the near future. Now, if you're looking to earn the COPI token, right, as a part of actually running the file node server, you can go ahead and do that. But the thing is that you actually have to make sure that you're, number one, operating a server that is currently or constantly in the uptime, or constantly up, I should say, in terms of time, but then also having it actually distributing portions of the game successfully. So just by owning the actual node NFT, or by running an actual node, that does not guarantee you earning the COPI token. What does guarantee, or what does make it easier for you to earn the COPI token as a reward for running the server, is making sure that it's always available, or that the uptime is greater than the downtime. But then also the fact that you're actually distributing files to people that need it, right, in order to make their onboarding experience that much easier. Now, the team has set aside in their tokenomics a certain allotment of rewards for the community, and the file node runners will actually be getting a portion of those daily COPI rewards. Now, the sale has already kicked off. We did see Tier 1A kicking off. This was on December 18th, where we had 1,500 NFTs going to early members or whitelisted members from the COPI community. If you held, I believe it was 6,000 of their coin points, you were able to go ahead and get on that whitelist. Now, that appears to have sold out, and those were worth around $275. One thing to keep in mind is, because there's 10,000, they're going to be selling them at different tiers or at different amounts. And so as more tiers or as more of these node NFTs come out, and the later that you buy, the more expensive that they're actually going to be. So tier 1A, which is officially sold out on December 18th, got the very best price, which I believe was a 33% discount, giving them the value of $275. Following that, we saw tier 1B, which actually did have some leftover take place on December 19th. And then we had tier 2, where the NFTs were now worth $285, and looks like they had around 1,200 of those available for sale. So as you guys can see there, the price is beginning to increase. So the longer that you wait to purchase one of these NFTs, the more costly it will actually be to you. So if you are interested in this, make sure to go ahead and jump into this as early as possible in order to get a discount, as opposed to paying a premium if you're coming in very, very last. Now, for full transparency, I did personally pick up one of these file node NFTs, and keep in mind that the team will not be distributing them until the actual sale has concluded. The reason why they're doing that is to make sure that they're not being undercut by people trying to flip or sell these on the secondary marketplace before the greater community has had a chance to actually buy them directly from the cornucopias team. So even if you do buy one of these right now, don't expect for the NFT to show up directly in your wallet. And on top of that, we don't even have all the instructions as to actually how to run one of the file nodes servers themselves. So stay tuned. I'll be keeping you guys posted, and I'll probably have a tutorial video breaking down exactly how to go ahead and actually start up or get your file server running once the time actually comes. Okay, moving into this next piece of news, I want to briefly touch on the Cerra protocol. So Cerra is going to be a decentralized profit-sharing finance hub built on Cardano. Now, in terms of some of their products, let me just quickly jump over into that section here. We've got derivatives trading, which is actually pretty interesting given the fact that we are expecting the launch of the options flow protocol, as well as potential perpetuals coming in from Dex Hunter through a Project Catalyst proposal. Now, right next to that, we also have P2P lending, so peer-to-peer lending, which is going to be very similar to what we had with AADA Finance V1, which is now rebranded to LendFi, where you're able to put out a loan request, and as long as there's somebody willing on the other end to accept or provide liquidity, you're able to get a loan given some rates that you guys both agree on. Very lastly, which is a cool feature that I have not heard of before, at least being launched on Cardano, is going to be the COPI trading. So this allows you to find a trader that suits you, and then it also allows you to follow their trading strategy. So real interesting piece of tech there, and I want to really kind of get my hands on it to kind of play a little bit more with it. But I do say that to say that they did have their testnet kick off, I want to say about 2 to maybe 3 months ago. And then following their testnet launch is when we actually saw the launch of their token through the WRLP, or the WingRiders Launchpad. Now, unfortunately, they were not able to meet the minimum requirement in order to actually launch the token, which was, I believe, a total supply of 500 million, but they've now reduced that, I believe, to 50 million. So not only did they not launch their token, they've also recently reduced the actual amount of tokens being put out into the ecosystem. So I wanted to quickly touch on some of those updates there. And I also want to highlight the fact that they will be launching on the mainnet on December 22nd. So this announcement here states mainnet launch coming in tomorrow. If I jump over to this next tab, it states that they're in their final stages of their mainnet launch, and a decision has been made with the community in order to figure out which tokens will be listed for their P2P module. So again, they have the derivatives trading, the P2P module, and the COPI trading. Some of the tokens include the Hunt token, SNEC, Iagon, OrcFax, World Mobile, AGIX or SingularityNet, LendFi, MinSwap, Milk, Book.io, Genius, Ncoins, IBTC, the Pavia token, the NMaker token, the LQ token, Cornucopias, Indigo, WingRiders, and of course Cardano. So quite a lengthy list there. And again, this will be coming in from the Cerra team, aiming to launch here on December 22nd. The very last update that I want to go ahead and jump into is going to be surrounding the Splash protocol. So Splash is aiming to be a DEX building on Cardano, and I believe they're actually going to be partnering up with the Spectrum Finance team. So this particular piece of news did release here quite a couple of days ago. This was on December 7th, and this is coming in from the Spectrum Labs team, or at least they were the ones that retweeted this big announcement. So it states here, we're excited to present a new Cardano protocol called Splash. If I jump over into this next tab here, it states that they're aiming to launch their DEX on Q1 or in Q1 of 2024. So the Splash token presale will take place on the testnet or after their testnet launch, and will be the team will be posting more details about this in the upcoming days. Now they are aiming to reward their early supporters, and so engagement I think will be taken into account here if you're probably following, liking, and resharing some of their work. Jumping into this next tab here, it states that in terms of just their priorities, number 1 will be to improve the DEX throughput and efficiency. Number 2 will be to solve market inefficiencies. And then number 3 will be to be as decentralized as possible. What's interesting here is exactly how deep the connection or partnership with Spectrum Labs is going to run. I know that Spectrum Labs is also aiming to be fully decentralized, providing the community to actually run batchers for their platform, as opposed to them running centralized batchers like we see with some of the other AMM style protocols building on Cardano. The very last thing about the Splash protocol that I want to go ahead and raise here as well is that it states all protocol participants will be eligible for the Splash DAO rewards from LP fees and order execution engines. So if you participate in the Splash protocol, you will be eligible to earn some of the fees from the actual platform. Interesting perspective and interesting piece of news here, given the fact that the Genius Yield team is also doing the very same thing, allowing Gen's stakers the ability to earn fees, which not just range from ADA, but to all of the other tokens being traded on the platform, right, as users utilize the platform. Now, the Genius team, I believe, is rewarding 20% of all of their fees raised on the DEX to stakers holding or staking their Gen's token. So it looks like the Splash protocol will also be taking a very similar approach. I believe that will do it here for today's video, breaking down updates surrounding World Mobile, WingRiders, Cornucopias, Cerra, and Splash, right? So let me know what you guys think down below, especially about Splash, given the fact that they're going to be a brand new DEX building on Cardano. Some of the commentary that I've heard very recently with respect to Axo Trade and even Genius Yield has been the fact that the DEX space is becoming overcrowded. What do you guys think? Is it the more the merrier, with more liquidity being available in the ecosystem? Or is it time for Cardano to maybe focus and pivot on executing, right, and delivering on other forms of infrastructure, for example, like DeFi, oracles, gaming, etc., right, as opposed to solely focusing on DEXs? As always, if you guys found today's update while I am on the go to be helpful, I would appreciate you if you could smash that like button. If it's your first time stopping by Dapp Central and you want more content like this, consider subscribing to the channel for more. And last but not least, if you have any questions for me surrounding anything we've chatted about as a part of today's video, then make sure to go ahead and leave a comment down below. That said, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video.